Speak version equals 1.0 XMLNS equals http://www.w3.org/2001/10/synthesis. XMLNS. MSDTS equals https://www.w3.org/2001/MSDTS Lang equals NUS. Voice name equals NUS Neural. MSDTS. Express as style equals SAD. Style degree equals 1.8. Prosody rate equals -18%. Pitch equals -10%. I am 98 years old. I'm not supposed to be here. Nobody told me this. I was supposed to pass on decades ago. My name is Ethel Wilson. Born in 1925 in small-town Ohio. I lived through the Great Depression and World War II. I saw my share of struggles. But nothing could have prepared me for what I'm about to share with you today. You see, when I was in my early 20s, during the post-war era, America was booming. Everyone was optimistic, and the future seemed bright. I met my husband, Jack, in 1946. We were young, in love, and full of dreams. But it was during that time that I was told a lie. They told us that our pensions and Social Security benefits would be enough to secure our retirements. They said we'd have a comfortable life, with plenty of time to travel, to see our grandkids, to enjoy our golden years. I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong about everything. In 1985, when I was 60 years old, Jack passed away from a long battle with cancer. I was left alone with 2 young children. The pension and Social Security benefits that we were counting on, they barely covered the funeral expenses. Nobody told us this. They made us believe that the system would take care of us, that we'd be set for life. Those were the hardest years of my life. I worked 3 jobs just to make ends meet. I sacrificed everything for my children, just to give them a better life. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd been sold a lie, that I'd been deceived by the very people I trusted. As I got older, I began to see the same patterns repeating themselves. Friends of mine, their children, their grandchildren, all struggling to make ends meet, to afford health care, to pay for their kids' education. And it wasn't just them. It was millions of people, generation after generation, being sold a false narrative. They lied to us. They lied to us about the state of our country, about the strength of our economy, about the security of our pensions. They lied to us about the future, about what we could expect, about what we deserved. But here's the painful truth. I'm not the only one who was deceived. I'm not the only one who struggles. There are countless others out there, living in poverty, living in fear, living in darkness. And it's not just the older generations. It's the younger ones too, who are being sold the same lie, who are being told that their future will be brighter, that their dreams will be within reach. But it's not true. None of it is true. You want to know the truth? The truth is that our system is broken. It's a system that prioritizes profits over people, that values greed over need, that rewards the wealthy at the expense of the poor. And it's been like this for decades, for centuries, ever since the dawn of capitalism. But there's hope. There's always hope. Because despite all the lies, despite all the deception, despite all the struggle, there are still people who care. There are still people who believe in a better future, a future where everyone has access to healthcare, to education, to a living wage. I look back on my life, on all the struggles I faced, on all the hardships I endured, and I'm left with one question. What did I learn from all of this? What did I learn from being deceived, from being sold a lie? I learned that the truth is precious. I learned that the truth is hard-won, and that it's worth fighting for. I learned that we're not alone, that there are others out there who share our struggles, who share our fears, who share our hopes. And I learned that even in the darkest moments, even when all seems lost, even when the lies seem true, there's always a way forward. There's always a glimmer of hope, a spark of light that refuses to be extinguished. If this reached your heart, please subscribe. I still have things to say. /prosody, /MSDTS, express as, /voice, /speak.